Welcome to the Purity Pulse podcast, your go-to podcast for the natural health industry and everything Purity Life. I'm Julie.
And I'm Erin.
And today we're going to go through our weekly check-in. We're going to be interviewing our wellness coordinator, and we're going to do what's new to Purity Life.
That's right.
Yes. Erin.
Yes.
Since we're talking about wellness, I've been thinking about, what do I do for myself? But I want to hear about you. What do you do for, generally speaking, to keep up with feeling good?
General wellness. It's such a broad topic, eh?
It is.
Wellness?
Different for everybody.
Yeah, and I think that there's, my mind immediately goes to, there's the physical wellness, but then there's also the mental wellness. Mm-hmm. But I find... For me, I think you're the same way. They're so intertwined.
Yes.
That the physical activity, honestly, a lot of the times that I'm really focusing on physical activity, it's because I'm realizing that I need to fix what's going on in my mind.
Yes.
That is, I don't think that's common, but for me, that's often the driver. Yeah. It's okay. My mind is really starting to race, or things are starting to get a little bit too much. Yeah, and what am I going to do to calm this down? Or I have something that's coming up that's really giving me anxiety.
Yes.
What am I going to do to kind of target this? And there's definitely a piece of it for me that would be hey, okay, I need to slow down. I got to meditate. I'll do little meditations here and there. The Headspace app that we have access to, I really like because I can just find even 5 minutes to just breathe.
Do you find you do that at the office or more home, or at the end of the day, or when something is like you have a meeting or you're stressed or your head is so full that you need that break? Is it a specific time?
It's not really a specific time. I think it's kind of when I have that opportunity, or probably wrongfully, when I need it.
Use as
Which
you
is
go.
Probably too late.
Use as you go.
I do recognize that that's kind of the wrong way to go about it. But yeah, it'll be, sometimes I'll do it in the morning, even if it's just a quick 5 minute. Actually, to be honest, if it's in the morning, it is often when I get to work and I sit down at my desk and I'm like, you know what?
Good.
I'm going to take 5 minutes and do this.
Yeah.
There's even, I don't know if you've noticed, but within our Outlook on Mondays, we kind of get a digest email.
Yes.
And on the bottom of that is often Headspace. Hey, here's a 3 minute thing. I'm like, 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes. Let's do this. So that's often where that comes into play. Yoga, same idea. That'll be kind of when I've really got to center a little bit more, and I'll take time to do yoga after the kids go to bed.
Yeah. Well, because with kids, do you find that it's harder to have a specific schedule?
Yes.
Like to say every Tuesday night I'm going to go to this class?
Yes. Yeah. To be honest, I don't. Right now, the stuff that I'm doing is all within my own schedule. It's not, I'm not in classes.
Yeah.
There's just, our schedule is so fluid that I don't find that I really have the opportunity to do that sort of thing. But with it being fluid, that means that, from day to day, I can find a different way to fit it in.
Yes.
So even in the mornings, often I'll try and wake up early and just jump on the treadmill for a bit. Can't do that every morning. Sometimes we've got hockey practice in the morning, and that would mean getting up, significantly earlier even than that. So I'll skip those days, but
which would be more stressful. I find that often people that would like to have that schedule and they're becoming so rigid and I must do that.
Yeah.
Then they stress out even more because they miss one time and then they let go of whatever they were doing because they failed of doing it, right? Yeah. So at least for parents,
you have to be fluid. You've got to be open to, every piece you kind of have to not cherish, but enjoy. You kind of have to give yourself credit for any one of those that you can fit in.
Showing up when you can and be happy that you've made it,
and be very open to it's going to come from whatever different ways. That day it might be treadmill. The next day it might be a couple minutes of yoga before I go to bed, or it might be taking a walk at work. With my team, often when we're kind of getting to that point, it's you know what? Let's just go outside for 10 minutes and take a walk because and it's great. It really kind of helps reset and get your brain in order.
Do you you sometimes utilize the massage that we have at the office available?
Yeah, I do. We've got Amy, who we're going to interview.
Yes.
I've talked to her and had massage there as well. Another one, you got to fit it in, but every few weeks to
at
kind
least
of
it's at a
keep
couple
that
of
under
doors
control.
away.
Yeah, the convenience factor you really can't beat.
Yeah, that's great
So.
because again, the reality is for parents that have jobs, parents that have kids that are going to hockey, or you still need to find a little time for yourself to get into that, mental wellness or whatever it takes, what works for you.
Yeah.
But that little moment is a great investment because that's going to help you for, the rest of the day, the rest of the week, for your time you're with your kids as well. So good.
And it's interesting because it takes on a whole other meaning, which is setting an example for your kids. It's important that my kids see that I'm taking time away from myself, but also that I'm valuing activity and I'm valuing mental health.
Balance,
and because that's then they're learning these things as the norms and things that they will then grow into and continue to do as they get older too.
Good discipline to have, right?
Yeah. So it's almost just as important for that reason.
Yeah. I think that it's very important. I just a month or so ago I came back from that trip from India.
Yes.
And it totally brought me back to meditation.
Yeah, because you were doing meditation really consistently for quite some time.
Twice a day, 10 minutes upon awaking before getting to my workouts, and 10 minutes around lunchtime at the office.
Yeah.
And it totally, it just creates a mood that you're in, that even though there's challenges, crisis during the day, a million people that are pulling you in a different direction, you just remain, I'll use the word zen, but you just remain, and you feel like that your brain is connected to your body, that you're not just a piece, like just a head.
Right.
Sometimes you feel like that, right? You're just that part here. And it was funny because our driver that we had there, because it's a little crazy to drive on your own in India, people. So we were safe. And he just reminded me about meditation. And he sort of turned around and looked at me and said, "You need to meditate." And I said,
because you did drop off a little bit for a while, right?
I did.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was thinking about
never
that the
dropped
other day.
my CrossFit or my bodybuilding. That's for me. That's what reconnects me, really, to disconnect from just my head. And that's always been very good. But meditation is so important. And it's funny, he gave me a name of a book. I bought the book and I'm right back.
Is it on meditation and
it
the
is.
benefits on it? Oh, interesting.
It is. So it's funny. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So the message was really for me.
Julie, get back on
Yes,
this.
exactly. And
there's
he
value.
He had the eyes like, I said, okay, I'm not negotiating.
Message received.
Just do. So that's a bit of my piece of wellness. Definitely the workout for me is a non-negotiable. I dropped out of meditation for a while. And I did feel guilty about it because in the back of my mind, I was thinking that was good for me, but I don't have time.
Right.
So I encourage people to get back to whatever little things you can do, but don't feel guilty. If you drop out, it's okay. You're going to catch up. And as you said, be happy of what you can do when you
cheer
can.
yourself on for what you've done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think now it's going to be very exciting to spend some time with Amy, our wellness coordinator, and she's going to walk us through what we offer at Purity Life for our people.
Because it's so important for purity as well. I think that's a big thing that we see through everything is engaging employees. How can we support employees? The wellness, the holistic wellness of our employees is also very important. And we found a lot of different ways to kind of show that. And Amy's been a big integral part of that.
And we adapt in, there's an evolution in what we offer.
Yes.
And so, so let's have her to walk us through what we've been doing. And yes, that'll be very exciting.
Thanks so much for coming, Amy. It's so great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about what brought you into this particular role with Purity?
Sure. So I actually started with Purity almost 8 years ago.
8 years.
Yeah, their on-site massage therapist.
Yep.
I was working about 3 days a week just doing massage. And that was something that Purity had brought on, I think, years before, 20 plus years before, I think.
Yes.
Long
which
before
is
it was
amazing.
even a thing.
Yeah, it was not mainstream like it is now. It's a lot more common now, but Purity Life was definitely ahead of the game with that. So they had a therapist who had to leave for whatever reason, and I was brought in and started doing that, like I say, 8 years ago. And then about 2 years ago, my role expanded into this health and wellness coordinator, which was a new role for Purity Life.
Yes.
So it's still a little bit in the making, and we're still finding out what that can bring to the table. But it still includes my massage. But it encompasses a lot more than that.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody at Purity Life recognized that you were the right person for that job. I mean, you've really made it your own, but there's so many great benefits that all the employees have been able to kind of reap from that. You, I think, run into this all the time when you're walking through the halls and somebody's got a question for you or like you're kind of everybody's go-to help, I feel like.
Yeah. And you have a certain, I would say, aura around you. I don't know if we told you that before, but it's just something about you that you just exude wellness. And you're so calm, and you just walk, and I know we all experiences your amazing massages and treatment, but it's more than that, and definitely it has evolved through the years at Purity. What would you say would be the example, or what makes wellness so important to focus on for companies?
Right. So, I mean, if your employees are happy, they're going to be producing better, whatever their role is within the company. So if you can provide any sort of perk to them, that's going to benefit you in the end as a company. But Purity Life really, they find such new and unique ways to enhance the employee experience, right? Going back to the flywheel that Purity has, it all starts and ends with the employees, right? And pretty much everything I do there is feeding into that and finding ways to improve how they're feeling, even if it's just a listening ear for 5 minutes. It totally changes the way that they can then proceed with their day. So happy employee is going to be a happy company, and when they can bring that out into their home as well, that's a bonus. So.
And it has very much evolved through the years with what we've been doing, as you mentioned. So we have a collection of support and different categories of things that we offer to our employees, and we're definitely listening to what is not just trendy, but the differences, because not everybody needs the same thing.
That's true. It's very we're open to it not just being cookie cutter, one size fits all. There's options that are going to fit different lifestyles and help give support in that way as well. You're right.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the differences, different. Not treatment, but because it's not all treatment, but different things that we offer at Purity Life to enhance, the life of our employee and their daily work at the office.
Yeah, so obviously there's the massage, and that looks different in our warehouse or in our offices than it does at the other ones as well. But we do have somebody who comes in to do chair massage at the other warehouses as well. So there's that in-house massage aspect. There's the healthy snack program, which there's always fresh fruit available in the lunchroom, which is amazing. To have that, quick banana or orange that
it totally is. It can be it's small, but it has huge impact, right? Knowing that's there, and then it's just, I think it's so easy to take that kind of stuff for granted, but it's big, right? That's not something you're going to get everywhere. And I think, those little things just increase morale, increase engagement.
And it's in line with when you think about, why we do what we do at Purity Life as a company, but outside, the product that we sell as well. We want to improve people's life, not just because, they're paid a certain way or this or that, but also it starts with what you put in your plate, and we want to make sure that we provide that at the tip of their fingers. So
absolutely,
so that's a good program, definitely.
Yeah, that's huge. Another one that's pretty awesome is Maple. I don't know if you guys use it. Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. That's amazing, and not only to have that connection with the doctors right away, but the Purity provides the mental health resources as well through that. So you have the 5 free sessions where you can connect with a therapist and just talk things out if you need somewhere to vent to. So I'm always encouraging people to go down that avenue and take advantage of it, because it's pretty huge.
For our listeners, Maple is an app that you can get and have direct connection to physicians, mental therapy, all that kind of stuff. But it's super convenient. Like, I know you've used it, I've used it, especially at a time when there's such a lack of access to family doctors, you know, walk-ins are all overwhelmed. When you've got something simple with, like, I've done it with the kids, you know, hey, there's some, like, their eyes just looking weird and now I'm not sure if it's like really needs some treatment or not. You can go on Maple, comfort of your own home, texting, throw in a couple pictures, and you're talking to like anytime
6 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, anytime.
Versus having to wait in an emerge or a walk-in in the middle of the night, or taking a whole afternoon off work because now you've got to go find a doctor and you're going to be sitting in the waiting room for 3 hours. Like, the benefits of that are huge.
Yeah, that's it. It's well, I've used it myself at any time, and it's crazy how quick it is. And you can even have your prescription delivered to the office if you want, or wherever. And traveling in the U.S. is the same thing. We've got the same great connection. I've heard a lot of mothers in our office that, you know, they're single mother. They don't have anybody home. They can stay, you know, they can't get off. They want to keep working their hours. So at their desk, they can get the consultation right there. So, and it's a big trend. All those apps actually are becoming very popular because people want to take ownership of their health and save time, of course. So that's we're so happy we have that. It's a valuable tool.
And it has the headspace portion of it as well.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. Like, you can get sleep noises and meditations and stretching that you can do through there, that you can pull up, you know, on your break or whatever, and do a 5-minute just clear your mind. And I don't think people use that aspect of it yet enough, but I'm always trying to push it a little bit.
I love the Headspace app. I was so excited when I found out that was going to be like basically
available
free to us through this program, because I love it. I love the little quick meditations, or and they're all, it's so user friendly, because it'll be something like, you know,
fun.
Stress at work, SOS, here's your 5-minute shot. I'm like, yes, please.
Yes.
Right?
On
like,
the
that's
plane.
it.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's another good one, definitely.
Yeah. Another thing that Purity does, which is pretty awesome, is the biometrics health screening clinic.
Yes.
They've done that, I want to say, for the past 4 years, maybe. Once a year they've been running it. And again, we do that across all of the facilities.
So tell us a little bit what that contains, what pieces are in there.
So it's a registered nurse that comes in and does it. It's not me. Very often people think that I'm going to be doing it. I'm like, no.
Well,
out of my wheelhouse.
Exactly.
Facilitating.
Nurse school now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a registered nurse that comes and does it, and it's a little finger prick. And with that finger prick, they can test your blood glucose, check your LDL and HDL cholesterol levels there. And they take your blood pressure. They do measurements, waist and height to find your BMI, knowing that BMI is, you know, you have to take it with a grain of salt as well.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just they check kind of these hot things that are indicators of something that might be raising a red flag, and they'll give you a little rundown with it. They also do a little mental health screening within that, ask you a few questions to see where you're at with that.
Yeah, that's very new,
But yeah, and then you get this card, and then it's on you to follow up if you need to, okay, you know, I'm showing for pre-diabetic. Maybe I should go have a conversation with my family doctor and start the process now, as opposed to waiting until they're having major symptoms. So it's definitely a great screening tool.
Yeah. It's good because it's at the people's fingertip, in the sense that it's available right in, you know, our facility. Because I think we're all understanding that these markers are very important for your health, knowing where you are on the scale. But people don't want to take time, or again, as you said, you know, the doctors are so booked, and it's hard to get that access.
You have to put significantly more effort into deciding you're going to do
Just
it,
going.
booking the appointment, fitting it into your schedule, now taking the time off to go do it, versus like it's literally just walked up to you and it's, take 5 minutes away from your desk and we can do this screening.
Yeah.
And
it's proven to be useful. Like there was a lady at work that had a red flag and followed up with her doctor and ended up having to had quite a significant procedure, and that was found out first by that screening process.
Right.
So that was amazing for her. And just goes to show that it holds value to do that kind of thing.
And that holds value for the whole company, right? Like hearing stories like that.
Yes.
And you're like, yes, this is the kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, that full circle, as you said, right?
Yeah. And also through that company, we do the flu shots yearly, make it available so that people aren't having to take time off work and go off site to get their flu shot. Just making it accessible so that they can have their home time be their home time, really.
Exactly.
I think is part of the intention.
Convenience,
Right?
always saving time. And we do also Marketplace.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's fun.
Yes, Marketplace is a lot of fun. People definitely look forward to it.
Yes.
And that's happening across all facilities. And it's when product is, coming up on its expiry date or short dated, or for some reason it can't be sold. Then the vendors usually reach out, and once everything's approved, saying, okay, these can go out for donation or to be used with your employees, then we make it available to people here.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like when we see people going back there, and even ourselves, we have access to it because we distribute so many products that we don't necessarily get the chance or think about using everything and anything. But I have so much fun going in the back when I can and helping people to say, okay, this is what it's used for,
like
and they're asking,
right? Oh yeah, this is good for that. Yeah, you can go to, this is what's different about this one. Yeah,
and
it's a whole discovery too, right? Like there's
Yes.
I mean, we've got thousands of products, so you can sit there and be like, oh, I've never seen this, or I haven't had a chance to try this. I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
That's
and I know
awesome.
for myself, I've found product there that I'm like, oh, okay, well, I like this. I'm going to continue using it. So then I'm purchasing it, right? So
and then the flip side of that is sometimes you're rolling through there. I'm like, oh, I was going to pay a whole bunch of money for this product. Now I'm just getting it through the marketplace. Yeah.
I did benefit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the supplements program is really great too.
Yes, the wellness supplement program. So there's 4 that Purity provides for all employees that are interested in the program, and that's the Kyolic. We do the Suro. And vitamin D and multivitamin that's for women, men, or they have the 50 plus
the basics,
options as
right?
well. Just kind of covering the basics. And I mean, that's a huge amount of money that Purity is investing. I think it's something like $74 every 3 months or something like that. And a lot of thought was put into, okay, what should we offer to kind of make sure you're covering everything and getting, the vitamin C and the multivitamin, like it was thought about, and that's why those products are there being used. And a lot of people take advantage of it, and that's great in a good way. Take advantage of it in a good way.
Yes, exactly. And it's again, it's in line with what we do as a business too, because we want that people that use natural product for a better health, and always has to start by home, which providing that to the employees and everybody is so important for us to make it available. So
it's accessibility. It's just making it easily accessible and getting people out of that. You kind of need to push out of that almost comfort zone too for a lot of people. If this is stuff that you're not used to being a part of, or supplements you're not used to taking, or activities you're not used to doing. I mean, even massage for a lot of people is not something that everybody's comfortable with. But kind of having that opportunity and saying, oh, this could be really valuable. I'm going to try this. It's right here, right? Like it just makes it that much easier to kind of take those opportunities.
And that, as you say, in supplements is the same, because a lot of people think that because we're a distributor of natural product, that everybody that works in the company knows product. It's far from that. You have like all, people that are coming in at the beginning, they want a job, right? They want to work, but they don't have necessarily that background or that knowledge. and then they get a chance to experience all of that, then that's just very helpful.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And if you can keep your employees happy or healthy by providing those supplements, then that's going to be a bonus.
A win-win.
Well, that's such a big piece of it, right? Is like, what can we do to support the employees, keep the employees healthy? They're going to be more engaged. We're going to get more productivity. We're just going to have happier people, which ultimately, like you said, like that's really our goal. It's like, how do we keep our employees happy and healthy?
Our flywheel.
And I think, like hearing kind of this list, it seems like if I'm a business owner, I would be listening to this list being like, how can I possibly do all of these? Like it's a lot, and it's happened over time. Purity Life wasn't like, bang, here's the 10, 15 things we're going to do. It's all been kind of added slowly over time.
Yes.
But I do think that other retailers and vendors, different people that are, especially like people that are running their own small businesses, just kind of give it some thought as to where are there pieces here that they could take advantage of and offer to their own employees? Because it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be, super expensive, a huge investment. But some of these small pieces that you can offer can really have an impact on people's lives. And when you're creating these companies, especially within our industry, that are so family oriented and they're just, I can't think of a better word than like, just warm and touchy-feely. Like it's just, that's so important. That's such a huge value.
Yes.
Those smaller things go a long way
Yes.
for those relationships.
And last but not least, we do also, you have the stretching that you do with people, right? That you've started.
Yes,
Well,
right?
I was just going to say that going along with your start small, like that's something that's not going to cost a company anything.
Yeah.
Encourage people to take 5 minutes out of their day and do some stretches. Do it with your team, and it becomes a team building thing. But it's definitely one of my favorite parts of the job aside from massage. But I meet with the different teams usually just once a week and go through like a head to toe. It's usually a 7-minute full body stretch, and remind them, take that opportunity to remind them about proper posture when you're stretching, but also when you're sitting at your desk and when you're going about your work, whether it be in the warehouse or wherever. But yeah, that stretching is so important, and it just gets the blood flowing. It gives you that body break that is so important that not many people
bring
get.
back the good posture that you get in when you work on your laptop all day and you're like this.
You start slouching.
Exactly. And then you're like, oh, why am I pain here? Well, pull it back a bit.
Yeah. Well, and you want to talk about impact. Like personally with Amy, I was having migraine issues, and Amy showed me very specific stretches that I can now use when I feel them kind of coming on. And
because you were getting that,
made a significant impact.
Yes,
So like a small thing, just a sharing of knowledge, but so important and so valuable to me. And it's really like improved my quality of life.
Yes. One that has evolved, I would say, through time is the lifestyle wellness reimbursement. We started with sports, like going to a gym, a membership gyms, that was the reimbursement, right?
So Purity Life was helping reimburse the cost of sports or a gym membership or
a
whatnot.
portion of it. Yeah, exactly. And I would say that even through COVID, people realized that they needed to do things for themselves, activities. So we've expanded that to horseback riding, meditation, like all yoga, of those. Yoga. We really opened up, so that that's also one of the perks that helps people.
Yeah,
to
that
stay in shape.
one's pretty cool because it really shows that Purity Life is paying attention to what the employees need. Like you said, it used to be the gym membership, and then during COVID, well, people couldn't go to the gym. So what did you guys do? You said, okay, you can use it to buy home equipment.
Yes.
And we'll help cover that. And then things got back to normal, and the importance of mental health really was in the forefront of everybody's mind. And we're like, okay, so yes, physical activity is going to help with your mental wellness, but there's a lot of other things that will play into that. So, the horseback riding and just so many different things. And you guys have even said, and if there's something that's not on this list, tell us what you're using and how it's benefiting you. And then we'll have a conversation and see if we can support you in that.
Because not everybody needs to work out crazy hard and sweat. That's not what they like. That stressed them out even more.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And so they like that meditation, or so we had discussed, and that opening is absolutely there. We don't want to put that in a box, and it's really a constant evolution depending on what's happening in the world and what's a new trend on, the relaxation or what makes you feel good and disconnect.
Yeah.
Do you want to walk us through a bit of a day in the life of what your role looks like at Purity?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, obviously I'm doing massages. I'm not doing them every day, but when I'm having my massages, I'm doing massages.
Yeah.
We talked about the stretches. So I'm going out to warehouse groups and different groups within the offices and stretching with them. Dealing with the product that comes through, not only for Marketplace, but a lot of time vendors specifically say, can you donate this somewhere?
Yeah.
So I'm reaching out to different organizations within our community to get that product into people's hands that are less fortunate. And it's been a real big blessing for like the food bank, because you think food bank, sometimes you just go through your pantry and what didn't I use this month to give to the food bank, right? But there's a lot of people that are going there that they have allergies or they have their gluten issues or whatever it may be. And a lot of our product is specific to that. So they've loved having our connection. So that's another thing that I do. And honestly, it's such a relational role.
Yeah.
Just checking in with people. Being a person that people can come to vent for 5 minutes or to feel like they're being heard.
Yes.
It can totally change the way their day is, just to come 2-3 minutes, sit with me and get something off their chest. And then they're like, oh, hey, I can do this now.
I
can get back into it. And I mean, being a massage therapist for so long, I've been doing it almost 20 years now. It's not just massage, like you become a therapist.
Oh, yes.
Just the way that you learn to listen to people. And I love being that person that people feel comfortable with to come to. I feel like I have an amazing relationship with like every single person in our company. And I
you have a
love
sixth
being there
sense,
for that.
Definitely. When Amy does her massages, you can tell, I've noticed this little thing here and this little thing there. So it's always awesome. I'm sure you have example of direct feedback that you've received from your work.
Yeah.
And would you like to share maybe some of them?
Well, I mean, Office Vibe is amazing for that. The portion where you get to send good vibes.
Yes.
I love doing that, first of all, to send it to other people, because, I mean, giving somebody credit for something in a way like that is so sweet that you can do that. Yeah. And I've also gotten some too, and it's like, oh, it's kind of good vibes, right? But yeah, no, people's smiles when they're coming to Marketplace. Or when they see me in the hallway and they're like, oh, I forgot I have a massage. Yes, I have a massage today.
That sounds like me.
And, people have been appreciative of the plants that I've put around the office. Because that's another thing
we got plants in our area. We got to name them and everything. It's been fantastic.
Oh, wow.
We love them. It's true. It's the small things, right? Like it's, impact.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's been pretty cool. And even like when I maybe can't make it to a group for stretching and then they say, oh, I really missed you for stretching today. Even that is a form of just showing recognition and how much they appreciate what's being provided for them through the company. So that's not super specific, but
but we're definitely very thankful. I mean, Purity as a company put those programs in place, but and I would say even for listeners, it's good to have a designated person that oversee them. And definitely you've embraced all of those, I would say, gifts or supporting tools that we have provided in a way that you make people embrace them, because any company can have like a list of what they provide. But if you don't have a person that is really connected to people and make them feel safe to open up to try new things, doesn't go too far, right? It's kind of gold on the wall, looks pretty, but nobody is really appreciating it. So definitely thank you for all of what you've been doing with us for these years.
It's honestly my pleasure. Like, coming to work, my job is to make other people feel better about themselves. So that's like a pretty great feeling for me. Right? It definitely goes both ways. It's very beneficial to me as well.
Yes, awesome.
Want to jump into some?
Yes.
Yes.
Our rapid
Rapid-fire
fire questions.
Yes.
The light and fun. There you go. So, what was the first natural health product that you've tried that you remember?
So that would be Kalea,
Yeah.
but
the pain rub.
before I came to Purity. Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it pain rub or was it like their?
It was the Kalea
yeah.
pain rub, like
Yeah.
the 6th time. Yep.
Yeah.
So I've been using that my whole massage career. It's been around for a long time. So when I started at Purity, I was like, what? You guys carry this?
Yeah.
It is indeed a great product for those who haven't tried yet. It's your rub for either muscular pain, absorbs really well,
Yeah.
and does the job.
Yeah.
And they have the
Well,
nice roller now, so you don't have to get it all over your hands
Yeah,
if
they
you don't
have
want
a lot
to.
of. It used to be just the
Yeah.
lotion
Collection,
one,
yeah.
but they have a lot of different ones
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
yeah, that is definitely
is-
like top of my list.
Good.
There's lots of others, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that
top
was
of
the
my
first
list.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
What is something about you that people would be surprised to know?
Let's see. So I run the Sunday school program at my church,
Yeah.
and one of the things that I love to do with the kids is teach them worship songs in ASL, American Sign Language.
Oh, neat.
Oh, wow.
I'm not fluent in ASL at all,
Yeah.
but I just spend a lot of time learning specific songs so I can lead them in worship
cool.
during
So
those songs.
cool.
Yeah, I love it.
You're full of surprises. You did surprise me with that one.
Yeah?
That's amazing. Yeah.
Do you have any direct connections to like children that are using ASL on a regular
I
basis?
don't.
Or anything? No,
I
you
don't. It's just
love it and
something
you see
that
the need.
was pretty cool, and I saw it once, and I was like, "Oh, that's really neat to see kids doing that." And
Yeah.
I've often thought about pursuing it even further and taking lessons and like learning it
Yeah.
as
language.
conversationally. Yeah. But
That almost leads me to my other question. If you had the chance to do any other career out of what you're doing currently, what would you be doing?
another career.
Yeah.
Well, I've always been drawn to healthcare.
Yeah.
And I often thought about going into nursing and
Yeah.
just taking care of people, I guess, is something that I love to do.
Absolutely in your DNA. I'm telling you, people who are listening, Amy is as you have that. Like you're surrounded by that energy when we're
Yeah.
around you. It's like she's going to take care of us.
Yes. Yeah.
That's absolutely. I see that. I said it earlier, nurse. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to stay active?
Favorite way to stay active? I love sports, specifically
Yeah.
volleyball. I've just gotten back into it with intramurals in Georgetown, actually. So that's
Oh.
been a lot of fun. And then another one that I would say is top is gardening.
Yeah.
Although my Apple Watch does not recognize it as exercise, which I'm very upset
Come
that
on.
it doesn't have, like, you get to pick your activity.
Yeah.
It doesn't have gardening, which I think is
have to
silly
jump,
because
yeah.
it's a lot of work.
You have to jump up and down, and you don't move your arms enough.
I guess not.
but,
Well,
yeah.
I just put it under some other activity.
Yeah,
while I'm-
exactly.
while I'm
Still
doing
can't
my
miss on
gardening.
those ring and activity that you're doing, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I live on a farm and I do a lot of gardening, and it's a workout.
I feel like if you live on a farm, it doesn't even qualify. Like, it's not just gardening anymore. That's like,
It's pretty big scale. Well,
That's like harvesting.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
in
yes.
the fields, but yeah, our vegetable garden is still quite significant.
Yeah, we're not talking like a small flower garden in the front of the house.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that should be on your Apple Watch. I agree.
Right?
I know. So
That
we're talking
counts.
to Apple right
Yeah.
now. Please add up some gardening.
A gardening
exactly.
activity thing.
I know there's some other, like I was looking actually this morning, and what was that thing? I was like, what? Why is that like not chess game, but that was close to that, honestly. So please, gardening, please.
There, we put it out there for you.
Thank you.
It's been so awesome to have you, Amy. Thanks so much for coming and chatting with us.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. So now, Erin, we are at What's New to Purity Life, and we just onboarded a new brand called Better Bears.
Yes.
another gummy bears.
Yeah, we've been looking at this one for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And why another, added one to our portfolio? Well, because planograms are big and there's need for different assortment, different flavor. That's a category that people like to try new things, new flavor, new style.
Yep.
This one, I would say, claim to fame is that they look like conventional, but they're not because of their low sugar content.
That's right.
And what's really cool with the brand too is some of their flavor. And I would say that one that I just catch right here is for those who are watching and listening, the root bears. So it absolutely smells like the A&W root beer. And so it's pretty wild and cute, right? It's something different. Usually we see a lot of fruits and berries and as flavor. So
they've definitely gone after to childhood favorites. Like this one is peachy fuzzy bears.
Yep.
And they've got sour cherry bears and Swedish bears.
Yes.
So yes, I think they've nailed the flavors on all of them. I'm going to try this peach one.
Yeah, go ahead. And the boxes, for those who are listening, open on the side so you can display them very well as a tray, or you can also peg them, which I really like because this way you can do multiple placing in your store. So you just use them. You can create like a wall of those grab and go.
Yes.
Or have them, as I said, use them as a box and just as a display, basically.
Yeah, good display boxes.
They have a very good call out. We have peanut free, gluten free. Also, we have some source of fiber. Fiber are very important. Yep. Made in Canada. Plant-based, and stevia for some of the flavors.
Yes.
Give it a try.
Good option. And also new to Pure Life, don't forget to register for our upcoming tabletop. It's going to be next week, Laval. Yes. So May 8th, another celebration of Pure Life's 40th anniversary.
Absolutely. How's the gummy? I see in your mouth. It tastes
tasty.
Well? Yes?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, give it a try.
That's it for episode 19, the wellness episode. We really appreciate that you guys come out and listen to us and watch us, and we want to know what you think. So send us your feedback to marketing@purelylife.com. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our next content. And you can check me out at Erin G. Macklin.
And you can follow me at JD_girlpower.
And you can find everything Purity Life and us at Purity Life Health Products LP.
And join us next week for an exciting episode.